Hello everybody, what's up? OCD Mikey for another edition of the Mikey Show, and today I am getting with you for part number 5 of Truths of Hi-Fi. My concern and the reason why I do this is I feel that we are, as an industry, losing people that are new to hi-fi, that sort of want to learn about it or would like to have some hi-fi. I'm here to make it easier for you. Today's topic is how to start figuring what brands you like and what brands you don't like. If you go to a show and you listen, and I highly suggest you guys go to your local shows, you get a lot for your money because you get to see a lot of different brands, and more importantly, you get to check the vibration of the people associated with those brands. What I did in my early years, this is 23 years ago, when I started going to the shows as an exhibitor, I came onto the scene as a manufacturer. I have a cable company, in case you guys didn't know. And so what I had to do was determine, you know, which brands did I want to associate my cables with and which brands did I not, because I'm very particular about who represents my cables, and are they music guys? Are they just gear junkies? The gear junkies is not my group. I don't really want to hang with those guys. I don't really have much in common because we don't see our minds are different, right? I'm after the music. So my group is like Mark Levinson, Ivana Manley, Andreas Koch, Jeff Rowland. These are all people that are very much music-centric owners of the companies. In some of these rooms, they can be very egotistical, arrogant, prideful, and you're like, give me a break with your damn attitude. You know, you're not that great and your gear isn't that great. You know, to each his own, to each his own. Look, man, if I go into a Ferrari dealer to buy a Ferrari, and if they have that attitude, I'm not going to buy the car. I don't give a shit how good a car it is. I love Ferraris. I think they're gorgeous. But if there's a egotistical, stupid, shallow attitude around that brand that's not rooted in the passion for automobile driving, I'm not going to buy the car. Because I don't want to have to deal, anytime I go to the dealer, I got to deal with this attitude, with these people. It's baloney. It's not me. So it doesn't vibe with me. Now, if that vibes with you, all the power to you. There's nothing wrong with it. Again, I'm not making it wrong for the other type of people, type 2 or whatever, that are just like, their stereo is like they're an outcropping of their ego, and it's their resume. It doesn't make them wrong. It's just not my group. It's not what I'm into. It's not what I sell or what I recommend to people, because it's about the people. It's about the heart, the passion, the love. That's different than the gear. Prime example, if you were at Expona this last year, is the Voxative room. You go into her room and there is aromatherapy. It's beautiful. There's plants. There's and you just are immersed in music. You go, that is so obvious that person is a music person. And then listen to the tunes they play. She was playing Bowie. She was playing all this different stuff. I'm like, this person is a music person, like, because she had good soul. It's not pop music. Pop music of today is crap. It's just my opinion. And so when you go into other rooms and they're playing late day pop music, and they don't even know how to present music that gives you an image and depth and spaciousness. They don't even know how to pick demo music, right? Two different whole vibrations. And you need to decide what you want to do. Do you want that vibration? You got to realize the owners of the company, the designers of these companies, they imbue their intention into that creation. So whatever the intention is, one could have an intention to create beautiful music environments for those that are listening. Others could have intention of creating a big, giant, flashy thing to show off to other people. That could be the intent of the product. Some products are meant that you just look at them and you go, psh, give me a break. Like that's like totally meant to show off. Now, it doesn't mean they can't be good and be showy as well. MBL is a prime example. Burmester is a prime example. Burmester is highly polished chrome. Those things stick out like a sore thumb. Made in Germany. Great sounding stuff. Does it stand out in my ears as being, something that I had to have? No. I went in, I felt the vibe. Was it my vibe with Burmester? No. Was it cool and good sounding? Yeah. But it just wasn't my vibration. Boulder took me two seconds talking to that owner to realize this definitely is not my vibration. Like, I want nothing to do with these guys at all. And I took off. And you couldn't even listen to the sound of it because at the show, they had the static display. So there's the people that you'll go into the room and they don't even play the music. They're just like, screw you. If you want our product, you don't even get to listen to it. That's a whole attitude. That's a whole idea. Okay. That's a philosophy of something. Now, maybe they say, well, we don't want our stuff to sound like crap because it's a crappy hotel room. Well, if you look at the room that some of these companies are in, let's take Griffin, for instance. They always have a beautiful room. It's a beautiful room. If they're good at making a room sound good, they'll be able to overcome the room. Maybe they don't want to. Maybe they don't need to. Okay, that's another argument. Perhaps they just don't need to. They're going to sell enough without having to chance having bad sound. Another one to consider is who owns the company. Is it privately held? Is it corporate held? Is it an investment bank that owns it? Because they're going to have very different goals in what their aim is. Clearly, a corporation needs to profit. So they're going to put profit before anything. Before your musical enjoyment is going to come profitability, absolutely 100% in any well-run corporate company. With something that's a passionate company, you can look at like Ralph from Atmosphere. You can look at John from Classic Audio Loudspeakers. Those are just a couple examples of companies that are probably not running at huge high profits and that are not doing high numbers and that are exceptionally passionate audiophiles, okay, that are running these companies. The main idea is for you to start removing companies. Don't go to the show and think, which companies do I like? Okay, it's much easier for you to go to the shows or go to the dealers and say, which brands do I not like? Which brands am I for sure excluding from my list? And start excluding brands. You need to draw the line somewhere. You need to make your choices less. Right now, there's millions of choices. I make it, like for instance, Chinese Chi-Fi. I cut that completely out. Draw your lines and cut certain things out. Maybe you don't like American-made stuff. Cut American-made out of your program. Whatever you want to eviscerate, you need to start eviscerating your choices. And I suggest you go to dealers, you just check out, you can check out the representation, who represents this brand. I don't care what brand they carry, I'm not buying from that guy because I've dealt with that dude and I know how he does business and I know where he came from and what his background is. I know he doesn't give two shits about the audio industry. I know he laughs at us, but he still sells in our industry because we're easy marks. It's an easy place to make a lot of money if you're a good salesman. And these guys are the pushermen. If you get that vibration from somebody, don't buy anything from that person if you don't like that vibe. I don't like stuff being pushed on me. I don't like typically the stuff that's the popular flavor of the month, because you realize these magazines are going to push a flavor of the month every month. I can pretty much tell you that if I take a magazine and I open it up, whatever's on that inside front cover is definitely not going to be what I want. Whatever's on the inside page to the right is not going to be the brand I want. Why do I know this? Because those are the corporate brands most of the time that are pimping their stuff. They're pushing it. This is why I have a repulsion towards certain brands. Now, I understand that when you go to the shows, almost every room is going to sound good. So you're going to listen with your ears and you'll be like, shit, everything sounds good, right? So you go on a couple different things. One, what makes you feel good? And that's really the bottom line. What makes you feel good when you're in that room or when you go to that dealer? Which brands do you vibrate with? Which ones resonate with you? You're going to know those brands. You're going to sit in that room, you're going to go, yes, I like the vibe in here. I like the people. I like the environment. I like the sound. It's a whole thing all together. And at the same point, you're going to go into some rooms and you're going to go, I don't get it. this brand is in every damn magazine all the time. All the reviewers always say it's great. And I'm not feeling good in here. Like, something doesn't seem right. Something doesn't smell right. And this is a $500,000 system, and I'm not blown away. I wouldn't necessarily cut them out the first time you have a bad experience, but give them 5 times or more. And if consistently that room, you're not catching the vibe, axe that brand. Get it out of there, man. Forget it. I can go in and just look at something and just know, I know who they're pandering to. I know who they're trying to get, and that's not me. It's too flashy for me. Too much. It's like, it's gross. It's just like, that's too much. I don't like those. I don't like those colors. I don't like that copper. I don't like the polished chrome. You know, no matter how good it sounds, I can't stand that look in my room. Cut that brand out. Say, screw it. That's not my brand. Work in reverse and cut out brands that you don't like. Rather than trying to make a stable of brands you do like, start backwards. Make a stable of brands that nope, I'm not going to buy that brand, and cut them out of there and just get rid of them. That will help you hone in on the brands that you like best. Okay? So I hope that helps you guys. I'm going to continue to do more of these to help you weed through this, because I know it's confusing more than ever right now with there's all sorts of new brands in the marketplace now in hi-fi. Everybody and their brother wants to make money in hi-fi. And so you've got all these brands popping up left and right. And so this will help you weed through that mess. Okay, hope this helped. See ya.